Okay, here we go again, part 7. And of course, there has been another update. We are now at version 1.0.3.1. So, the first thing we are going to go look for are pear trees. You don't have to migrate. They should, within a few years, start popping up in the locality, even in your old saves. So, I'm going to go sneak around, see if I can see a few. It's too early, we just landed. They will very soon pop up, I'm sure of it. Right, so where did we end here? We ended with... Yeah. We ended with me not saving my flaxseed, didn't we? So now I either have to go borrow a bit, or I have to make sure that they are bringing it from nature here. Let me see. How many? 29. Nah, that should be fine. 29 fine. Then I get something good to start on. Maybe we can get the entirety done next season. So, yeah. Where are the peas? Did I make another one? I can't remember what I did. Certainly this is not good enough. Where did my peas go? Did I just make them all into beets? I did, didn't I? Let's have a little bit of peas as well. We don't need it because we have so much food now. Look at the rose hips just decaying away. So if you play carefully, you will have so much food. What do we do with these? Yeah, these are helping because they are support. Because we wanted the baskets, didn't we? Right, so yeah, the pears, they will start carrying fruit in the last week of September, sometimes in September. So you can harvest them already late September, early October. But you can only harvest them for, is it 2 or 3 months? I can't quite recall. And the decay on them is the same as rose hips. So they don't last as long as not. But your tribe will love it. They absolutely love the pears. They like pears. I think it's -7 on rest to eat the pears. Or maybe it's more. I actually need to go check my notes. We've been testing pears forever. But that's not the only fruit tree we're testing. But I can't say anymore. But you will have to wait and see. Because now we are doing the continental biome. Yeah, I'm not even gonna go there. Wyoming. And pear tree is only step 1. There will be more. And there's also tons of other things coming that belongs to East Geography biome. I actually don't know how to say that. So I will probably say it weird every time. Get used to it. Sorry. Not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Right, so let's have a look and see what it looks like. Here. There you go. Those are pears. Ta-da! And we don't have them. But we will get them. Because we are in a good area for them. Region 2, which is France, and every country east of France will have so much goodies that it becomes, even in hardcore, it becomes very playable. Really playable. If you don't exaggerate, of course, with your population. If you're going up to the max limit, which is 512, you are going to struggle, there's no doubt about it. But if you're smart and have enough of your farms, you could manage easily 400 on hardcore. Seriously, really, you could. I'm going to prove it. I'm going to do it for you guys, and then you can see how I do it. Then you can do exactly the same. See, the thing that I have that a lot of the new players have and inexperienced players or outdated players do not have is that I have the insight of all hidden events I know all the details about why things are the way they are. So this is why I say it's really important for you to get to know your tribe, and then to pay attention to how the environment responds to what you as a player are doing. How's the tribe responding, and how is the environment responding to your tribe and to you? Because all this is interconnected, they're all intertwined. So one notch on any policy can make a huge difference. You see, I know all this because I've failed a lot. But you know, when I'm experimenting, I have probably failed more than any of you have made new tribes. Just saying, failure is a step to success. Every fail point, you will do better the next time. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. No kidding. Right, come on guys. No, we're going to run out of time, aren't we? Oh, crikey, fiddlesticks. So I got tricked because I let the peas have this farm last time because I didn't have any flax. Yeah, I didn't have any flax seeds. And they, let's not waste it. Let's chuck down whatever we had. We had like 30 or so of the peas. The pea seeds. Then, let's have them down. Which is why we have like 800 peas that nobody's going to eat, because here we have so much food. Oh, I'm going to open this one so the thingy did once. Oh, you can be open. Well, there's nothing in you. But yeah. It was so weird that little spot did not want to. Is that? Nope. For a moment I thought it was a pear tree. But no. Oh gosh, are we lacking graves again? What is this? How many are we? Oh, we're 100. I am not paying attention. I had this coming, seriously. Oh, wait a minute. Did we lose ability to make common graves? Oh no. Oh dear Lord. They were not next to each other anymore, so I thought it was gone. Hot dang, Lily. You know, if I cared even a slight smidgen about aesthetics when I play stuff, I would have a mix of graves, and I would have nice fences and everything. But most of the time when I do my testing, it's all to check pure gameplay, maximum optimal gameplay. Then anyone else who do not want to play optimum gameplay, they can do all the dilly-dallying and all the beautification. I do it too. When I make content for the YouTube dude and the Twitter dude, etc., I make smashing villages. You guys see them when we're talking about making content. Everything you see on all my intros, all my ends, everything I show in my videos, I have made. I have not taken screenshot videos or shorts from anyone. They're all mine. And when I say they're all mine, they are all belonging to Uncasual Games Ancient Cities. So this is why you see other content creators, they don't make these huge villages that I do. They don't make everything that I do, and they don't post their screenshots. So they borrow from other players, and this is quite normal. But I just don't want people to think that I have taken from anyone, because I don't. I'm normally the one who provides the pictures that others are using, the screenshots and stuff. Yeah, that's just the way it is. Because I spam a lot. When I make stuff that I think is cool, I spam. I just do that. I are spammer. Yeah, look, we didn't get any. Right, but we have had a few seasons now with these, haven't we? So that means we should, in theory, we should have some in locality regrowing or reseeding from our farmlands. Oh, let's see if maybe they come later this year. If we're lucky, they do. Will these last? No, they will not. They will be gone for next planting season, so I can just as well open up. But what about the others? Okay, let's do this then to get more of them in, to see if the decay reduction is going to help out, because it's minus the decay reduction is plus 300%, so they last 3 times longer in the pits than they do out in the open. even the open storage, you know, has 0 decay reduction. So just keep that in mind. That's a reason. So when you see it says plus 300%, it means it is 3 times better than the open storage. Yes, let's just hope that it lasts till it is time to plant it. Let me see if the decay circle goes down and down and down. Go down and down and down. So far it's not really, is it? I have to go very close to see. Oh, there you go. I have a huge screen. Well, not huge, it's just a 4K. So everything is small in comparison to my 2K screen. Okay, maybe we might have a few for planting when that time comes next season. Okay, so how are these doing? 6. And I also need to lock down these. And these. Oh, better safe than sorry, I'll lock it down. 109. Yeah, no, they might be gone. Oh, anyway. Anyway. What's this? It is the beach. They have a black background now underneath. Yeah, so pears are very loved. They will increase happiness. Let me see. I wonder how much the calories are. I need to think. I think it's around 606 or maybe 650. Around 650 is the calories. Yeah. Also another change that I think it was really important. I think I mentioned it to the devs quite a while ago that, you know, in World of Warcraft, the game, the player is made aware when his mod or his outdated graphics card or stuff like that could mess up the game. So I said we can do the same because we have a lot of players with varying graphics card. For instance, AMD Radeon something is not fond of the game. And also if people do not keep their NVIDIA cards updated, all of them, then they are lagging behind the game because the devs are keeping everything they do updated with the latest from NVIDIA and AMD. So then player need to follow suit. Otherwise you will have that the game you played last patch cannot be played again because you haven't updated your driver. And then we have the big thing which I don't understand. I am not a nerd. I wish I was a nerd or a geek. I love nerds and geeks. I love intelligent people, seriously. And if players only knew how much trouble you can be in if you don't know how to manually download and install your own graphics driver. Because I used to use GeForce Experience, but somehow a year ago or so it stopped working properly and it didn't update. It didn't auto update. Instead it messed up all my studio settings for my entire OBS studio and my VSDC. I had no proper sound anywhere. It took over anything I tried to do audio wise. GeForce Experience took over. In the end I actually deleted it. I deleted Experience and I haven't had issues since. But that also means you need to go manually to update your graphics driver, and I do that. I go check every 2 to 3 weeks. So I recommend everyone who is relying on automated updates, don't blindly rely on them. Go check your flipping manual updates on your own. Seriously. It was such a shock to see that a system that is supposed to be updating them automatically without you having to do anything has failed for over a year. I had over 6 months outdated graphics driver and I was crashing. I had blue screen. I almost bought myself a new computer, and I already have a NASA computer. I already have a fantastic computer. Seriously. I couldn't understand it. But just don't fall for that, you guys, as well. Don't trust GeForce Experience 100%. I'm sure that you guys who are smart enough to do a lot of things with computers, which I'm not, let that be really clear, you can probably figure out how to properly configure the GeForce Experience. But I had no clue. I'm great to make food, though. That count? I'm afraid I'm quite traditional there. I enjoy making food and keeping the house nice. Anyway, oh, and I love gardening as well. Who does love gardening? Oh my goodness, we have had so much summer in England. I mean, I've never seen so much summer in England. In all the years I've lived here, we've had so much sun, but it's been so hot. And when I go out in the garden, I have to go back into shadow after just 20 minutes because I'm burning up. Dear Lord, what is it? It's either cold constantly and raining, or it's so much sun you can't even be out. It's ridiculous. And I'm a redhead. Originally I have red hair. So I don't get burned, but I get freckles over my nose, and I hate it. I have hated those freckles since I could see them in the mirror when I was little. Isn't it weird how you don't like what you have yourself? You want what everybody else have. Non-freckles. Yeah, non-freckles. Don't want freckles. So I hate that. Anyway, so what else is there? Yeah, the pear has roughly 650 calories, and it's quite high, like it's up there with everything else. It's up there with cheese. You know, cheese is also extremely loved. Let me see. You has a female goat, and you have increasing weaving, but I would take you anyway because you have what we need to get the best housing, which is Neolithic influence. Yeah, let's go find the goat. Not you, but you. So there's been more optimization as well. But now, so for instance, now I have 82 frames. If I go to my maxed out hardcore 444 plus tribe and put it on pause over the entire village, I have 78 frames. And one of the pictures, all three screenshots of the latest patch are of my village with the pairs on, because we needed pair screenshots. And you can see one of them, which is very close to the pear tree, has 78 frames. That is the village that has 444 population and tons built. That's how good my computer is, because I know that a lot of people still have the issue with that. The more you build and the more people you have, the more the frames go down. But I don't know what to say anymore, because I keep repeating myself to everyone that the Nvidia also needs to do their share with the game. I'm really unsure what to say anymore to players who say that their frames are too low, because it's not like people in general have really bad computers. Some of them are just fine, well within requirements. They still struggle with going down to like 30 frames with lots of people and lots built. So yeah, just have to wait till it gets sorted from both ends. Perhaps they need to communicate differently. I'm unsure why Nvidia is taking so long. For instance, the shaders, this is Nvidia not adhering to the game. I see them adhere to other games, and you know, World of Warcraft, they adhere to World of Warcraft within the week, but they don't adhere to this game, and I don't understand. Probably because I know way too little about how this works. I shan't be too cocky in my opinion or my utterings, but it is a point of frustration for players as well as the developers. Just keep that in mind. It's not only us players who get depressed by it. It also goes in on the devs, because they can't do anything but keep poking Nvidia to help them out to get it sorted. Right, so what else was the new? There is I need to go see if some of the other plants that I've been testing for months is out before I say anything. Because if they're not out, then I will not tell you about them. Yet. Yeah, we have many plants. And they're all good. All good for you. All good for you. So what else there? Yeah, you know, sometimes when you use the policy sliders in one tribe, and then you say you started a new game with a new tribe, and then sometimes those policies were copied over from your old game to your new game, and if you did not check them, you could suddenly realize that I have completely the same settings, and now I'm killing my tribe. So they have now been sorted so that it always starts on default. So default is middle here, complete to the left here, and middle here. So Yeah, so if you see that your new game starts with the previous settings you had on policies, then the bug is back again. And just let devs know, either on Discord or forum, and they will be fixed again. Because this happens a lot, I think. Well, not a lot, that's a bit of an exaggeration. It is not uncommon that when new patches are being implemented and implemented and implemented, some of the old bugs actually come back. And some of the new fixes are reverted, which is really strange. I don't understand it because I know nothing about programming, but that's really weird, isn't it? It's like they lose their code and then they have to redo it or reiterate it. I'm not sure how to explain it because I don't understand it myself, dear Lord. So yeah, that can happen easily. So if you see anything that is not smelling right, let them know. Or tell me, and I will let the devs know as well. Right, what else was that? Yeah, also some of the heaps regrowth and stuff like that. There was some players who were complaining that it was annoying the speed that the heaps regrew. So the devs have made sure that we're not drowning in regrowths, by the short side at least. I personally liked it because that means more efficient tribe for me. And now I have to use more workforce to go further away to get the same amount of resources I needed, just as much as before the tweak was done. So I don't agree with that tweak. I think they should have let it be, because the player can see where the stones are. If it's close to the camp like this, here we have both our mud and a stone. This means when we need it more for our housing and for our fences and our religious buildings, I don't have to send 20 over to the far side of the map to get stones or mud after 10 years same locality. But now we probably do, and I found that to be not so nice. I didn't like that. It hampers efficiency and we have to use more workforce, and also, just as important, unrest will be increased. You know why? Because people will go and start gathering 30 muds far away, and when work hours are over, they won't stop until they reach 30. Unless there's a certain time limit there, like they don't go 3 days over work, but they will easily go several hours. But unrest will also tick in while they are walking home to store the goods. So it's not a win-win. Anyway, it is what it is. If it gets too bad, there will always be some good tweaks to make sure that we are happy, all of us. At the moment, I'm not like super happy with this because I quite enjoyed having both mud and stone heaps regrow close to where camp is. Saves a lot of hours, work hours, and a lot of workforce on having them so close. Yeah, I didn't love that, I have to just admit immediately. But you know, when I tested this, I had like half a day or so to test it. And it wasn't really too bad. But then again, I didn't play long term. I did several smaller tribes and tested along the coastline and the estuaries, you know, where rivers come out into the ocean. And it wasn't too bad because we had such a good increase in both raw stones and mud heaps close to where we actually land. Because that is also a change that the devs have done. They did this a while back though, I just haven't remembered to say it. I remember small tidbits as I go along. It's hard being old and senile. So what has happened with the stones is that they have been increased, and regrowth has been increased. And what else has been increased? And they are spawning when we land around the area where we land. So you don't have to start with going to the flipping far edge of the map to get some starter resources. There will be resources around you. They have been focused on placing a lot around us when we land. And this is good news. I can't believe I didn't remember to say it previously. But yeah, this is what you get. So that is really good. Okay, oh, we managed to make them last. Gosh, I'm really surprised by that, I have to admit. I did not expect that. Well, let's have a look at these. Did we manage to do them all? Oh, actually, I'm going to save that one. See if they can do the last few. but we don't really need it. It's a 7.89, but it is for the animals. It is for the animals. Yeah, so landing and then seeing lots of resources in close vicinity. Completely planned. Completely what the devs wanted. I'm up for that. Totally. Totally. How much? Oops, let's have a look. Really good mail, stud mail. Yeah. Oh, look at him. He has increased both in hunting and woodworking. But we would take him anyway. Let's see, how much do we have left? So that's roughly 80% or so. Let's have a look. Let's have a look, see. So now we have roughly 70%, 70-ish. No. You know, 78, maybe 80. Yeah. Oh, why is this one not with my builders? Oh, because they were probably busy. There you go. These need to be thingied. What are we going to have in those? You can have one more there. And one more of you. There you go. Right, what else was there? What is new? Yeah, so remember when the heaps of not stone so much, but especially mud used to respawn on your farms, and you have to re-clear them every year. It was really annoying, actually. I'm really glad that they managed to stop that, because that was really annoying when that happened. So we've been lucky to manage to get rid of it. Because it's a matter, I think, I don't know coding, but it's a matter of managing to list all the places that should not spawn. And I don't know how they do that. And to me, this is magic. It's magic to Lilly. Look at that. That weird spot. Seriously, weird spot. Right. Where was I? Yeah. Yeah, did you guys try out the new speed on the historical years in fast and normal? So it also goes faster, of course, your speed. If you have it on max and you start 10k BC, you will go 300 years into the future. You will go 300 years at a time. I mean, not in-game years, played years, but historical years. So if you start 10k BC, you will be down to 9,700 the one night. If you have slower, then of course it will be slower, obviously. But for those of us who like to play slow, I love playing slow. I do. I really like playing slow. Slow is the hardest to do because you need to feed your people 6 times per month instead of just 2 times per month like you do on fast mode. So slow does not have this, because I pleaded to make sure that we could keep the slow, because when we have so many players that wish for several things, we need to somehow compromise and meet in the middle. We can't have only this group getting their will and not the other have anything. That is just not fair. So we saved the slow lovers and we saved those who are more impatient. So that was a nice compromise, wasn't it? Compromise. Yeah. Wise words would be that compromise is an excellent umbrella, but not a very good roof. But in this case, I actually think it is, because they do not exist together. The slow is a completely different mode than the fast or normal. Did I have 2 males? I do. That one. Let's see that one. That's the one I want to use as a new stud. So you are going to be slaughtered for your food, and you as well, because you don't need 2 goats. Because now we have good established, don't we? I normally have more males when I have a small group only, because the chance of a coupled pair of animals to become pregnant is a little bit higher than if they were singles. So I almost said a married cow. A married cow. When a cow and a bull love each other very much and they are married, they have a higher chance of getting offspring. That chance is very, very small in comparison to when they were not married. So it's not like it's going to make or break the game. The difference is small, but there is a difference. And this is what I've grabbed a hold of for the start. Yeah. So if you have a gazillion males and a gazillion females with a large tribe, even in beginners, you will struggle a bit with keeping them alive, especially the cattle, because they eat so much. They need, was it 4,500 calories? An adult cattle need. So this is why it's also so important to keep up your flax farms and give leftover flax grains to your cows. So I want to create another area for the animals. You see, we're gonna fence it in properly, and we're going to do it organically into the houses, over here, and then we're going straight over here and one over here. Let's see if we can get it to fit. Ta-da! There you go. So I see more and more players are playing around with organic building, and I love it. I love organic building. I'm going to show you something. You can see what I'm doing here. Oh no, I'm on beta. I can't load my 400 plus hardcore tribes on testing servers. Oh, what a pity. Oh, you can see some of the pictures. So maybe no, you can't see. You can't see. No. Oh, what a pity. Because then you can see all the craziness I do. No, we can't see. Nope. Yeah, okay, never mind. I have to just continue because I can't open. The reason why I can't open them in beta is because we have work in progress things on the dev server, which means that the beta don't have it. Ergo, I can't open the saves that have everything that we don't have on beta. Yeah. But the thing is, everything I'm testing will come to public. It will come to beta first and then public. Why are those there? Have I not placed down areas for them? Slacking Lily. Slacksy doodah. So just get one for the flax, and of course one for the wheat. Oh, wheat. Did I have two or just one? I just had one. Okay, I should probably make more. Probably. You see, they have done changes to this as well, because I mentioned that it would be difficult for new players to orient themselves to what is what. So I'll show you with a big one so you can see the difference, and this is how it has changed. So what you can see here are two sizes of the circles. Now you can probably guess this one, yeah? The big circle with the arrow pointing inwards, that is the service point, the entrance point. The other points are for repairs and sitting. So for instance, this one you can see has only one entrance. This one, you can see the big one, is where you can have the entrance, where the entrance is. And another one which is also important is the storehouse. Storehouse has 3 service points, and those are these 3. However, they can also help themselves from the sides and from behind. But the 3 in the front are the main service points, and the remaining 6 are sitting and repair points. Yeah, that's important. So all these are sitting, so there's no like sitting and repairs. And they are also the building. So the small ones are sitting, repairs and buildings, while all the big ones are main entrance points that you should never block. If you block these, you will have issues with losing service points and losing access to things that have only one service point, which this one is. If you block the big circle, then the housing will be inaccessible. And if you block too much of the other small circles, then repairs will either not happen or take a very, very long time. Because this is difficult, because you will not be informed by system that there is no place they can stand and repair. So I've had players who had put things together so closely that only the main entrance was available. The repairs were not. So they could never repair, and they couldn't understand why they were never repaired. So simply, if you're going to build organically, you need to make sure that you are not blocking any of these important points. No blocking of service points. Yeah? Right, they didn't have any pets, did they? And any animals? No, they didn't. Okay, fine. Look, constant red apple. Constant red apple. So I'm kind of playing a little bit like I would do hardcore, not quite, but food-wise, I'm trying to be as stingy as possible. I probably do not need to be this careful, but you guess what? If I'm this careful and we have a lot of food, it is not a bad thing. Of course, you could have periods where your farms are producing very little in comparison to what you're used to. So if you calculate very finely what your tribe needs, you could end up lacking, and then it's really good to have the wild produce to fall back on, both the fishing and also the wild prey. You know, in beginners, sometimes when I want to push limits, I accept all the pigs, but I do not kill them like I normally do immediately. I of course swap unedible food and straw with their meat, but if shit hits the fan, I make a big mistake to save the tribe. I slaughter my pigs and poof, we're over the crisis, because if you slaughter 10 pigs, you can feed several hundred people for several days. So it is a insurance for me to have pigs. Unless I have a lot of straw, a ton of straw and a ton of flax, I do not keep pigs, because they are not viable economically at all. Pigs can eat bones as well, because there's bone marrow in them, and pigs are omnivores, so small detail, yeah. Also, I'm not sure if I explained to you guys that the regrowth pace of especially fish and seafood and basically everything is increased. So when your tribe grows, the environment will follow suit with adding more resources for you. And this is also why I say that if you're going to build your tribe steadily, build it with roughly 10 per year, because the system the environment can follow through with that. But if you have suddenly you have 30 migrants in 1 year, so the regrowth will take longer. So you have to wait longer to get enough for the people you accepted last year. So it's always a good idea to portion out what you're taking in of migrants. Yeah, so it is a good idea to follow roughly 10 per year. Yeah, or just follow the goal you have. If your goal is to not have any Neolithic, sure, why not? The problem is that you will be in the timeline of where things will turn up in red, because your tribe will have heard about it from elsewhere, from migrants or from traders or whatever. Or they will have seen it when they've been out and about. They will have seen that there are better housing and stuff like that, or other things they can have in tribe, which is why you see red stuff. Of course, I don't have any red stuff now, and I wanted to show it to you. But we will get red stuff. We just need more requirements filled to get it. Yeah, so the longhouse is not too far off. Let me see. No, not too far off at all. So yeah, build your tribe carefully, because then you can manage to build up your food reserves as well. It's no problem to add a bit of a more of a farm to feed another 10 people over 1 year. You can do that. We can do that without stressing. Even in hardcore, we can do that without stressing. Stress for me is if I do not put any restrictions on my migrants. I just plonk in everything I can, and then I go into Neolithic Thailand with 400 population. Now that is problematic. Because when you are in the Neolithic, you're supposed to be at least semi-sedentary with the farms. But if you have 400 people, you need to rely on the wild produce until your farm are actually producing, which can take a year. It will take a year. So if you then hunt and fish and ravage everything to keep your people alive, you will have nothing the year after while you're waiting for your farms to produce the amount that you need, because you will need to add more than one farm of each. So my recommendation is to not do as I do, but do as I say. I say this every time: do not do as I do as I say. Don't go into the Neolithic Thailand with 400 population. Go into it with much less people, and then once you build your farms, you can start accepting more people, because then you are established, you know, and then you can have 8 migrants, and then you add another small farm, and then you have another 4 migrants the year after, and then you add a bit more of that farm, instead of having 400 where you need 16 farms in 1 year to make them all survive without depleting the wild area. So yeah, that's a thing I do all the time, because I like torturing myself and my tribe. It's my favorite thing to do. My favorite thing to do is to experiment and fail. No, but it's so much more fun when you actually succeed. Like, it took me months to manage to migrate with 400 population without losing a single person in the Neolithic timeline, and get up food for everyone to survive for at least five years. That was hard work. But now it's even harder. I don't think anyone can manage 400 population sedentary in northern Norway, or western northern Norway, or even southern Norway. Actually, in any of Norway with 400 population, not going to happen. It's just, if you are playing a Mesolithic lifestyle, you can manage to like swap around the localities like grasshoppers emptying a field and then moving on. Like blood-sucking animals just suck everything out of the locality and move on. Yeah, then you can do that. But sedentary, no, nah. 400, no, that's going to be very hard. I would say impossible. However, it doesn't mean that I won't try. I'm certainly going to try and fail. But I will manage the absolute max locality can manage. I will. Because I won't give up until I do it. I never get frustrated. And I never get bored. I just keep going. Yeah. What else was there? Yeah, did we talk about the benches that sometimes people didn't want to sit on them because they weren't properly placed. Like here, you can see that 2 of the places won't be used. If you place it here, all of them will be used. And they have increased, I don't remember if I said this, they have increased the seating spots on the big ones from 3 to 6. And here they have increased it from 3 to 5. Or was it 2? It might have been 2. This one is, look at that. How many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. They have increased it even more. It's 8. 8. Flipping heck. I need to see this. And then we want these guys to sit here. And that means 5 people can sit on it at the same time. I have never seen this, and I have tested these. I tested these when they changed them. But the 8 seat, that's new. That has come today when I didn't have time to test, because I was gone most of the day. They probably did it themselves. How are we doing over here? This is time to start feeding animals the leftover flax. So you guys are going to be here with flax. Ta-da! And we're going to give them a place to store the flax as well. Extra flax. Oh, wrong way, Lily. See how big the circle is? It means that it has only one entrance point. Ta-da. Right. Excellent. I think that was it. Yeah, there was some bug fixes. and some crash fixes due to stuff. See, this is the thing that I don't really do. I don't manage to play in such a way that bodies are laying on the ground and rotting away completely, and then it was like 5% constitution left on the body, then they're being picked up and buried. I don't really play like that. I mean, this is very typical new players and inexperienced players. For instance, they are not aware that you need to have graves, and it might take some time before they realize it if they're not playing any, going through any of the tutorials or checking the in-game tutorial, because it of course says it there. And then they realize, oh my goodness, we need to make graves, and then they build the graves, and it takes such a long time for the graves to be done that the body is almost fully decayed, and when they're lifting it up and to go bury it, the body is decaying away as they're lifting it, and then the game crash. I never had that because I never kind of played like that. But truth be told, I might have done if graves were possible when I started playing, because I made a lot of stupid mistakes, seriously stupid mistakes, complete yeah, we're not going to go into that, but we all have a learning curve. It is what it is. But the good thing is that even though this game might be easy to, or be hard to master, it is easier to learn than a lot of people think. Because if you think how it is in real life, I mean, if you have a little bit historical insight or a little bit archaeological insight, you already know how the logic in the game is. You know, the logic follows the game, that it is in the game. Yeah, so not difficult to learn, but difficult to get into all the smaller details, all the intertwined connections. Can be quite a chore to get into unless you play a lot like I do. So yeah, but if you get the basics, I see it time and over again. Players who come, they play in 1 week and they fail a lot the first few tribes, and then suddenly poof, it's it. You know, suddenly they get it, you know, and then, oh, so this is how it works, you know. And this is one of the things that I would like the tutorial to do for some of the new players who do not have that ability to get it so quickly. Like, some people come to me only with the first tribe and succeed in surviving many years same locality without messing up. So I think it's only fair and square that all types of players are catered to, not only those who get things quickly. Granted, the game is complex. Granted, it is not for, you know, 2-year-olds, if you know what I mean. But there should be some leeway for people who just don't always understand everything immediately. It is the thing about being different. We have all different learning curves. And the game wants to welcome everyone, including the really young ones. So yeah, then the tutorial should reflect that and explain a bit more. I love spoon feeding new people. It's the best thing ever. This is the reason why I make so many beginners movies, so many beginners tutorials for beginners to not have to go through frustration of failing, because not everyone likes to learn by failing. A lot of people like to also read and then have a minimum of failing, because the feeling of satisfaction when you're succeeding in something you've never done before is really good. It's self-esteem promoting. And with that, we are going to end part 7. Now we have saved our butt with the flax, and we have started to feed our livestock the flax. And this cow will only eat 1 grain and be full. Yeah, instead of eating gazillion straw. Now we can build more straw houses. I think I'm going to make another one in exactly the same, and see if I can get up 1 more farm. I wanted to put it started when I had roughly 125-ish, and I have 120, so I could in theory have done it, but I'm over time. So I am going to do it next time in a few days, and until then, have fun and take care.